Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're playing the Colonial Charter mod, version 1.6, the Forge Awakens, and we're in our messy little town of Ramblington, where we just bought, let's see, last time we just bought at this trader. Did we dismiss them? We did. That's all done. The rock melons and cotton. So need to spend a little time down here right now and decide what we're going to do. I know I wanted to set up plantations down here, and then if we had to, any additional pastures and farms and orchards. But the further we go away, the less efficient everything becomes. From their housing, from their storage. A little concerned that we're going a bit far. There was storage, if I recall, for things like cotton. There was a dry goods, or let me think here. Resource depot, bank, root cellar, meat locker, grain silo, dry goods storage, such as cotton, flax, leather, wool, cloth, linen, tobacco. Okay. What's he look like? And while I'm thinking about it, we have laborers, yeah. So he looks like that. We got a diagonal road going into there. I'm kind of wondering if we want to get him going. It's kind of a central location to not only our plantings, but our industry is kind of, well, if we did this, we'd be near industry. In case the silk cocoons need to be stored somewhere, though I think they would land in here. Huh. Where do we put him? This area, or this area? I wonder if we shouldn't set up a little bit of a little community here. Though I feel like I'm getting distracted. I want to get up in here. I really do. Let's just set in one plantation that is convenient, and just to see it happen, and then go somewhere else for, oh, I see, we can get it into these fields. Let's get the rock melons going here, and pick up, and one more farmer, and then, and work, there we are, beginning of the year, another trader's in. Traders get kind of annoying after a while. I couldn't imagine having all of these traders set up. It would just be dumplum, bumplum, bumplum all the time. That would drive me nuts. This never got picked up. It is set for laborers, and it's the one field they didn't get to, the one we were experimenting with earlier and having just the farmer do the work. Farmer was doing a better job than the laborers were. But let's make sure that that gets picked up so that can be planted before spring is over. So we're going to do that, and this needs to be one of one, one of one, one of one. Okay. And plantation, I've never used plantations before. We have a road coming through for this guy. We did get our ducks. We did. Strange how the duck isn't lit up when you're doing them. Are the ducks in there? That's weird. So, leghorns are here, not lit up. It says ducks, not lit up. She's working it. Where are the ducks? Okay, we gotta find us some ducks. There's a duck. Oh, let's see. We bought the ducks here. They're not there. Is there a... Huh. I expected to see 4 little ducks walking around in here. 4 of 26 are represented. And we have harvested eggs. I wonder if we're seeing a little bit of a glitch. I have not raised ducks before. Every time I've thought about it, I really wonder if they're going to be represented just like this. That must be it. They're just going to be shown flying. Here's our ducks. And they're probably going to roam a little bit. That's fine. It's different. So, there's our ducks. Plantation. I'm sure I was saying something else, but let's work with plantation. Where do we want it? I'm hesitant to go any further down here. I think we're too far away. We could do something like this. That's right, there was a trader earlier too. So we have a trader at both. I better just deal with this. Frisian cows. That's interesting, but we're going to hold off. Besides, we've just gutted this storage anyway. It's going to be a long time before he's functional again. And bronze tools. We bought those last time and they liked them. And we are dangerously low on tools. We've got to figure out our tool problem. So yes, we're going to buy these. So we'll take all 50 of them. And silver ore. Yeah, we'll grab that. 10 of those. Hardwood. I'm going to hold off. We're going to be making our own soon. Clay at 1,000. That's not a bad idea. It's only a 1 each. Coke fuel we don't need. Copper ore. I'll wait on that. But let's grab all that clay. Well, let's grab 999 of it just for convenience. 1429. Firewood count is coming back up. Coats are holding. Let's do the 20 coats. And the rest in firewood. Yeah, we'll do the rest in firewood. Yeah, we'll do that. So, what have we got? 1,129. So 400 would be 1,200. So 375. Where does that land? It's way over. 300? Oh, 300 is 1,200. So I'm thinking 275. So that puts us where? Additional 29. So 7 more. And we don't have anything selling for ones. So closest we're going to get is one of these. And 7 of these. That would do it. Overpaying by 2. Okay. Back that off. Overpaying by 1. I'll work with that. So I see. I was going to go 6 of these and 1 of these. Is that what I was thinking? That still didn't work. Two. Math is fun. Trade and dismiss. So we got a bunch of clay in until we start really building up our shore houses. And got some other random pieces there. Alright. I got the tools too, the bronze tools. So what is with our tool industry? We did put in the second blacksmith. Alright, he did get finished. Put another one of those in. And let's upgrade this one. Let's do that. What does he make in a year though? So he's roughly 60 a year. Let's try to remember that. We'll function on this one. We'll upgrade this one. And if we decide later to pull this one out, we'll have one working at a much higher capacity. What does it say? Upgrade to country smithy to unlock advanced construction options. Ah, so we're not going to get rid of this other one. We're going to need both probably. Some resources from the existing building will be reclaimed. So something just popped over there. I'll have to go look at that. What was the last part there? Large and country smithy offer the same options. That's the large and that's the country. So takes a building material. What is the difference? I'm thinking it's just the look. What look do you want? Let's go with this guy. We'll do that. Put him up there to remind us what we're doing. The boarding house is getting... It's had all the materials brought in. Must be a 2-floor. That's right. The coach inn. That's right. Coaching inn. I have a hard time remembering that. What popped over here? I suppose that's because we got all the clay. So that's materials, and we just hit 3,000 because the trader dumped it out of the system. So let's up that. Keep those coming in. All right. So that actually rendered impotent a lot of industry when that happened. A lot of it depends on materials. So, died and died. Laborers are still fine. So, back to that list from a long time ago. Fire. Pause. What is on fire? Got a house on fire, and we got a well right there. And let's prioritize this in case that helps. And let's see what happens. They're going inside the well, grabbing the water, putting it out. I've never seen the trees burn. Kind of wish that happened, that the trees would be a pathway to the next house. That seems more realistic. But only the buildings have got the mechanism built into the code to light on fire. But we managed to hold it to one building. We did it again. Having wells in is huge. Now these folks don't have a house. So we've got three. I've got a family without a house, and we've got somebody without a job. Blacksmith because we're being rebuilt. Okay. We'll just leave that the way it is. The boarding house needs to be upped in priority. Okay. Get this thing built so that that family has a place to move into. And we need to think about maybe adding another house or two. So how are we doing here? 61 families to 31 houses. Okay. So we need to add several houses. We need to get some housing going across the board, which means we're going to need some logs. So I'm going to leave it at speed 1 for a little bit so I've got time to think. Where do we want to pull out logs and not clear cut? Because I'm not going to do that to our city anymore. Let's just kind of grab some randomness throughout. This is all being used by that forest node, but these are not. You definitely can get into a few places like this. Okay, that's plenty of logs. Iron is good. Stone is coming out of the quarry. Iron ore. Iron ore is huge. So there never really was an iron ore problem. There was just an iron production problem. Have we remedied that? And we do have it coming in pretty fast now. So 62 current season. Last season wasn't complete. Versus this guy, who the small one is making 60 a season. So this one, as of halfway through the year, is already made what the other one was making all year long. Alright, so we are tripling our iron production. Laborers are dwindling away. 18 kids in school, 19 kids heading towards school. So I'm not so much worried about a population stagnation. We're still popping new families into houses as they go vacant, so we're we're fine there. But I do want to get some more housing going. So let's get this guy rebuilt. And put our speed back up again to 5. And where would we like to get some more housing going? And I am thinking we want to get moved into here. This might be a great opportunity to do just that. So this, unfortunately, is our main pathway over. That's a long trip to get over. I'm thinking we want to tunnel. And maybe we want to double tunnel. And go 2 different directions from this point. Let's play with that. Road, tunnel, and from where? Really wish we could have made a bridge diagonal. I wish you could diagonal bridges and tunnels. Makes things simpler. But if we were to fire through here and through here, we'll do that. Tunnel coaching in is done, and we must have had somebody die off and a house went vacant because they didn't need to occupy it, that one family. So they're already taken care of. Grab this guy, tunnel, yet another trader here, which we're going to pass. Don't need any more beef cows. Doctor went in. Let's get that going. I'm sure the herbalist went in. Let's get that one going. And make sure they're not both working at the same place. One of one, one of one. Okay. And the apothecary is in. And this is 0, so that's its own profession. It doesn't share with the herbalist. And it doesn't share with the doctor. Yeah, that's interesting. So, pop one of those guys in. Oh. Okay, interesting. So, we're going to make our healing broth, or our poultices, or our oil, out of various things. Honey, bone meal, and cloth. Now, cloth is cotton, right? Silkworms are silk. Where am I? Here. Here. That last thing that came in was logs. Okay. So... okay. I want here. So, if we get cloth, we have to have cotton. Okay, we do have the cotton seeds. So, best chance we've got here is honey, bone meal, and cloth. So that's what this is going to make. And we need to get cotton going so we can get cloth. So that weaver is going to deal in silk. This weaver is going to deal... well, we do have flax in the system right now. No, we don't. No, we don't. I was thinking reeds. We bought some flax, but not enough. So cotton is what this one's going to work with as soon as we get to that point. So we need the plantation. We need to get the cotton going. I was saying we need to move houses into here, but let's get these tunnels built. So let's go ahead and get a couple more random houses in. Let's take a look at pathways. How are we actually doing? Are we adequate in this area for housing? It looks like we are. Fishing is coming out of there. Alright, and I think we're okay because we've got older families with older kids living with their parents. It's the only reason we've satisfied that many jobs. This guy as well. This guy as well. It's a little bit worrisome that there's so many workers packed into these houses. These guys do need their own houses. So we need more houses out here. And if we were to go here with houses, we could supply more of a farming industry. Though we are really getting a long way away from any kind of a market. We could put another small market in. In fact, if we put that right here at the end, will it satisfy some of these houses as well? Let's find out. Small market is storage, market. He's right here. No, he won't. Can't quite get into those and these without taking a farm out. Which I'm kicking around actually doing. What if we made a town center here and stacked some houses in here and over here, and then we can get more farms out here, all supplied from a more central location. And these guys are happier because they've got a town center nearby, or a small market. I kind of like that idea. I'm not one that's worried about setting something in place and never touching it again. I'm fluid. We'll move things all over the map. So let's do that. Let's shut him down. Let's turn this on for cows. Our worker should move right over. And we're going to empty this pasture. And as soon as it's official, last playthrough I deleted a pasture immediately. And they just sat there, didn't seem to move. And I really worried that they didn't understand the command to move once there was no longer an official pasture there. So I'm going to wait for this guy right here and this guy to get walking. And then we'll shut that down. And we're going to build ourselves a little bit of a little community in here. Come on, guy. Hello. Someone get over there and prod him. Okay, you're testing my patience here. Alright, you're gone. This one's going to be torn down. We have tunnels being built. We have logs, stone, and iron in the system. We don't necessarily have lumber in the system anymore. We did up the number of people in the sawmill, though. And that did help. Okay. So, how are we doing on lumber now? Right there. Well, with all that and what we're building, we've still got 30 in reserve. But we're making it again. Okay. These guys are still sitting here. Up to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the field knows that these guys exist. The game is just going to have to give them a little kick in the butt and get them moving. We're into early winter. Laborers are picking up all of this stuff. There he goes. Another trader. And that... There must have been someone tearing it down. That surprised me that it went away that fast. Normally it leaves a bunch of supplies behind. This was made with 60 or 80 logs. Huh. So, trader, yeah, we'll deal with that real quick. Anything that seems important? More seeds, chestnut seeds. Chestnut seeds. We don't really have a food tree. We have coffee. I don't recall what you do with coffee. Let's think about that. Food, tinneries, soup, fruit, vegetable. So I don't get the sense that you tin coffee. Transparent fields, food refining. So do you mill coffee? You don't bake it. This is dealing with fruits and vegetables for canning, reserving. Don't know that coffee falls in as a fruit or vegetable. The smokehouse, variety of fresh foods for preserving. Maybe you smoke coffee? Don't know. Salting house. So I guess what I'm asking is, all of this coffee that we've been making out of here, we should have a couple thousand coffee being stored up, and yet there's only 298. Coffee. Has it all been hauled away? Coffee. 298. So we must be eating it like food. It must not be for a very special purpose. Okay. So, what was I getting at? I was thinking of using chestnuts as a orchard that makes food because we didn't have one. But apparently we do have an orchard that makes food called coffee. And they're just using it as food rather than needing to process it like other specialized foods, like cotton. You can make oil out of it. You can make cloth out of it. So, rough tools we do not want. Building supplies we do not want. Joists we don't need right now. We have limes. I think let's grab, if we can, it looks like we can, the chestnut seeds. So let's grab one of those. We already have broccoli seeds. So chestnuts need 2,500, and I'm thinking we can go ahead and tap the gathering place one more time, though maybe we want to tap the cabbage and broccoli. I'm sure we've got a lot of that sitting around too. So 500, 500, 500, and 500 and 500. We'll do that. So building supplies, I think we're good here. So trade and dismiss. And before we run out of time this episode, I really want to do something with this space we just created. So I was looking back at my list here. Check on the farms with labor. These guys, we're going to do that. I was going to add a second farmer to each one. Dense orchard, that's coffee. Dense orchard, white mulberry. I've never really gotten to see to what extent they actually finish this job. This is awfully big for one farmer to be doing alone. I was going to add a second farmer to each one, but putting it into the labor queue, is that smart or not? You know, it might not be. We may already be overwhelming our labor with all these farms. Let's leave this to the farmers, but let's go ahead and put one extra farmer into these guys. Like that. And we did just buy chestnuts. So let's add 2 more farmers to this one as well. Leave the pickup on. Let him put chestnuts into here. And turn that back on. And I think we're done buying seeds for a while. We're starting to get, 12 farmers is a lot for the size of a community. As far as our peaks and valleys on our food chart. That's a pretty good sized surge every year. I don't know if I want to go much further than that until I get another forest node going with another round of gatherers, bringing a constant supply of food in. We could put more into the fishing. That's more of a constant supply. Although we're down to 3 laborers now, so I'm hesitant to go much further with that. Blacksmith, we were upgrading. How'd that go? We are still upgrading, so that is happening. What was the other upgrade we had done? There were 2 things we were upgrading. No, I think I'm remembering rebuilding this. Okay, and that's what's being done right now. So blacksmith, this is the one that we did not do. We're going to leave that one alone. Going to upgrade this one. Got occupants into that house. Tunnels are going to be worked on. That's stone, and that's a lot of stone. And they're starting to do that now. So let's pause one tunnel. We'll pause the 84 stone so that we've got stone to finish some of these other jobs. Because I want to get a little tiny farming community starting in here. So to do that, let me see here. This guy, market, edibles market, rural market. Used to provide a localized area for citizens to collect food, tools, clothing, materials, and fuel. That's a good-sized circle, isn't it? Probably more than I really wanted to deal with, but I guess it would do the job. Yeah, let's do that. And that touches the house up there. Yeah, we'll put that in. And I'm skipping that merchant. Let's just ignore him. I want to actually accomplish something right now. Road. That's what I want. Stone is low because we're sucking it all into a tunnel. Labor is surviving, but we're starting to get down on fumes there. So, road. This guy. Let's take this around. Like so. We're going to run this the length here. Let's go ahead and finish our roads down here. And we'll run one right up through there. Okay. And some housing. And that will, and probably storage. Oh, this is the storage, so we don't need to add more storage to this area. What's going on here? Somebody sucked up all of the ranchers. Yep, there we go. You're probably still the blacksmith, waiting for your new blacksmith to be built. Yep, so you're fine. Housing. And let's go in with a couple of salt boxes. Let's see. Don't need a gob of it. Let's do at least 6. We'll do a stone house in between. And we'll do something else here. And what could go in the center? Did we do 9? That's a lot of housing. We have to really expand down in here to use it. Labor's at 0. Okay, so we did hit... We've got our next wave coming in. Okay. We're going to use a lot of logs, so I hate to touch foresters right now. We're doing fine on leather. Let's take out our hunters. Let's see here. Hunters... Chip 2 off of there. Stone. Well, we're kind of low, but that's one of our, let's see, that would be stone cutters. That is a large chunk of people to draw from. We'll pull 1 from there at the moment. And, boy, I tell you, where I want to tap is where I don't want to tap. We've got lots of gatherers, we've got lots of fishermen. But they're the food industries that maintain our constancy rather than our big swings. We're into spring. Everything has been planted. So I really hate to touch those just yet. Let's go with what we've got. And if I remember, we'll pull a farmer or 2 off here real soon. So we'll take that back to 2. And we'll kill 2 fields. In fact, let's talk about tulips real fast. Oh, this episode's going to go a little beyond the 30-minute range, but tulips. What is the result? There's 1,500 tulips here. How many years have we been making tulips? 900 last time. And this crop field made rock melon. That's interesting. This is the rock melon. And it made a little bit of log. So that's what was in people's pockets when they stopped by to do their work. So we're making 1,000 a year. And I'm thinking we've got 2 years here. Okay, well, let's try to keep track of that. Tulips, we've got 1,500 available. Does that go down later? So anyway, I was looking at housing, and I was trying to figure out where to get more laborers. So tulips is something we may shut down as far as the farmer. And probably 1 more of these crops. I really don't want to get into the gatherers and the fishermen. I want to keep the constant food supplies constant and let the fluctuating ones come and go. I think that is a safer tactic. So let's get at least 3 more houses in, and later we may squeeze 3 more in if we need to. So let's go with a wooden house in the corner. Yeah, our stone is low. I'm gonna go wood and 1 more wood. Something like that. And we'll rotate him like so. That looks good on a corner. And let's do 1 more salt box in between. Like that. And we'll bring him in a bit so he's not even with the other one. Just like that. Alright, so there's room inside for 3 more houses or 3 more something else. Not sure what. I am sure I'd like a well right there though. So let's get that going. Here, here, well, right there. We got room for something here. I don't know what. A skinny little stockpile? That could work. Country smithy. He should jump into that. There's only room for 1. And he's going to make iron tools. He's eventually going to make steel tools. Right now he's making iron tools. We don't have any coal going yet. So we'll do that. Logs is low, we know that. So we got our roadless well in there. We have a tunnel done. Good. This little strip right here. I'm not certain that we're ever going to need a stockpile, but if we go to stripping out all this stuff, it might be nice to quickly drop off logs right there. So let's go ahead and do that. There's another trading post. So stockpile right there, and just a general stockpile. And no. Let's go here to there. Well, no. There to there. We'll do that. Okay. Stockpile. There is 1 tree in there. That little guy, and that's why it didn't immediately appear. So with that, we need to shut this episode down. Let's go peek at our tunnel. Good. We have a way in. Need to figure out where the roads are going to go. Probably just straight across. Or if we're going to diagonal to it, that might be a lot more efficient. Maybe we'll cut a diagonal right in here. In fact, I really kind of like that. We'll wait. We'll get this one built. We'll figure out how the roads merge, then we'll diagonal in to somewhere over here. And let's just peek at the traders real quick. Don't want ale. We don't need it yet. And this one gave up and left. Okay. So, I think with that, we're going to call this one done. And next time, oh, who knows? I still have a few things on the to-do list to get done. Right off the top of my head, we've still got to start making candles so that we can start upgrading our mines and our quarries. So when that happens. So anyway, this has been Noble Rambler, and thank you guys for watching. I'd appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe down below to let other folks know about this series, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.